Hi guys, I will show you how to create a simple slide switch. So basically the slide switch is set up as a component over a prismatic joint where the handle moves over a spline where different positions on the spline are set as switch states. So I have the slide switch itself already set up here. So I have this handle which can move from one end to the other end of the case. And I'm going to use this as the switch. So if I go to the slide switch game object and I go to prepare UI switches and then add the slide switch, it will add the slide switch component to the game object. In the properties, it will, in this case, it already has assigned the handle automatically. Since it has only found one prismatic joint, it automatically assigns it to it. It will now draw this blue gizmo. So if I lock this and I will drag the handle. Oh, I didn't lock this properly. Let's do that again. Lock it and then drag the handle over. You can see that the blue dot moves along with it. It's an indication of where the handle is currently sitting on the spline. To add switch states to the switch, you can save the current position as a state. So let's click this and I'm going to drag the handle over to the other side and I'm going to click this again. So I now have two switch states assigned. It will draw a red circle for every state it knows, and then the smaller red circles are indicating the transition points from where the handle will switch from one state onto the other state. Every state has a name, an ID, a position on the spline, and two events selected, assigned to it. The on selected event and the on unselected event. Let's rename these states for now. So the position 0, I'm going to call this the off state, and the position 1, I'm going to call this the on state. We want this switch to actually do something, so I have created an indicator light already, and we want this switch to be able to switch on and off the indicator light. So for both of the on selected events, we are going to assign this light as a listener. If the off switch is selected, then this light should set active to false, and if on is selected, then the light the set active set true. So if I go to play mode now, since this switch only works in play mode, it now shows the selected state, which is off, and the ID is 0. Lock this once again. I'm going to drag the handle, and as soon as I switch over this transition point here, you can now see that the indicator has lit up and the selected state is on with ID 1, and if I switch it back, then it now turns off. And that's how you set up a simple slide switch.